All right. It's all right. It's Friday morning. Thank God. Really not eager to be getting up super early for work. Videos have been nice. Although I'm very incoherent. I know. I just hit the record button to start recording this, and it's like, oh, I want to talk about this weird brand thing about fantasy settings. So instead, I'm going to talk about Amazon now. Backstory. Just a little last night. Uh, I had been seeing Amazon Now. It's just the service they provide now. I was curious about it. I don't have a car. I've had houses for a while, or a house at different times, but I've never had a car. I don't even have a license. I've always worked downtown or worked from home or someplace I could get to easily. So I've never needed to leave the house much. I lived in Clifton my whole life. I was actually born on the edge of Clifton at a Good Samaritan Hospital, and there's always been an IGA there. The IGA, Keller's IGA, is a grocery store. It was there from, I think it was started in the, God, I can't even, 50 something, 60 something. It's been there a while. My whole life, certainly. Then it closed down one day, and I thought there was going to be a riot because I was there that day. I walked by it the day I got off a bus, walked over to it. It's like, I need some shit from the grocery store. Let's go over to the grocery store. And there's like a mob of angry people outside the doors because they're just shut down forever. From what I understand, they've been horribly mismanaged. The guy who started it, the Keller of Keller's IGA, was a guy, that was his name, something something Keller. His son or grandson, I wasn't clear on that, mismanaged it into the ground. Their vendors wouldn't take checks or credit anymore. They wanted cash. Like they didn't trust that IGA anymore. So that shut down. There was no grocery store, and I kind of had to make do. Then I moved to someplace where there is no grocery store. I mean, there's flat out no grocery store. I'm in Northside, Cincinnati. There's no damn grocery store here. A bunch of little corner stores. That's not quite the same now, is it? So one of my problems I've been wrestling with for a little while now is getting groceries, like getting groceries to the house. To my good fortune, though, we live in the 21st century. We live in an evolving microeconomy where just some schmucky dude can actually kind of get by. Just I know a couple of people who've done Uber, or I forget what the, out west there's a version of that for grocery stores. Here it's called Skip the Dishes, where people just deliver fast food to your house. And I've had it done. It's actually pretty handy. It's like a delivery place, only anyone can be a delivery place now. You just have to get signed up with this place, get your menu online. Yeah, I imagine other formalities, and people could just order your food online. There's a little tiny meatball place not too far from here, far enough away. Like it would take me an hour to walk there. Or I could just order from them and just have it delivered straight to my house. Yes, it's a little more expensive. There's a delivery fee, and I always tip. So it's not a casual thing. It's not like just I can pop over to the corner store sort of deal. But handy. Very nice. Um, anyway, I'm getting off track. I always do. I'm sorry. Really, I am. Amazon now. So Amazon now I've been looking at, I'm like, well, how does it work? You know? Like, how do they set it up? And that sort of made me reluctant to use it because I couldn't imagine how that worked. Like, you're getting groceries. Kind of some groceries you kind of want to pick out on your own. But just on a lark, it's like, fuck it, I'm going to try it. Last night I had I'm kind of running low on food. And I usually go to the grocery store with my housemaid, or I get like stuff they can delivered through, Walmart or something. Walmart's okay for that. Amazon used to be my go-to, just regular old Amazon, because they had something called Amazon Pantry, but it's not perfect. It's a little convoluted. Anyway, so running low on food. I had like noodles. I was gonna make noodles, and I'm not even sure I have butter. So it was like noodles and something else on noodles. Who knows what? Mystery. But that didn't happen. What happened was I went with Amazon Now, and I'm going through, and it's like, oh, they have food. They have ice. You can get ice cream. Ice cream. What else did they have? I got like a Polish sausage, like a kielbasa, uh, and some romaine lettuce, salad dressing because of romaine lettuce. What else did I get? I got a bunch of stuff. Frozen waffles, syrup for the frozen waffles, cream cheese because I have lots of crackers but nothing to put on them. You get the idea. I got excuse me. Got a combination of produce, frozen items, and regular stuff, refrigerated stuff, and just dry goods. Like you name it. This is a nice little variety. It was 4 bags of groceries. I think the delivery fee was a little under $8. It was a $5 tip, so 13 bucks, a little less, like 12 and change. So not free by any means, but not bad. It showed up in 45 minutes, and that's pretty damn good. Like I could have been looking around on the internet, like, oh, that sounds like a nice recipe. What do I need for that? Boop, boop, boop. Pulled those items down, ordered them, and just waited 45 minutes to an hour to get it delivered right to my house. And then just make whatever. That's impressive to me. Someone who doesn't leave the house very often, especially in the summer. I hate leaving the house in the summer. In the winter, I'll walk over to the grocery store. It's a walk, but it's not that bad. There is a grocery store. It's not anywhere near here. It's, I want to say, almost 3 miles away. I'm a walking guy. I've walked all my life, like long, long distances. I used to walk from here to Cheviot, which is, I think the route I took was 6.5 miles. So I'd walk there and back. This is when I was a kid, like when I was in high school, early college. Like I just walked there and back 13 miles. It's no big deal. I can't run for shit. Like I can't run without coughing forever. But I can walk for a damn day and a half. Anyway, my point is I was very impressed with Amazon Now. I commented on it on Facebook, and people were like, yeah, that does actually sound pretty amazing for like if you're super sick, or it's winter and your car is not a winterized car, the weather's just shitty. Boy, it strikes me, if it's Saturday morning and there's huge crowds at the grocery stores, would you pay $13 to not have to deal with crowds? Maybe, maybe not, depending on your budget, depending on who you are and how you feel. You might just go, hey, that does sound like a good idea. Not dealing with crowds sounds great. It sounds like a fantastic plan. So, my point is, someone posted after that, like, hey, that's no big deal. You can get that. Kroger will do that for you too. If Kroger has a similar service where they're delivered to your house, other grocery stores have similar services. There are other things that do something similar, like Blue Apron, I think, is around here. There's another one, I forget its name, where they'll get specific foods and deliver them to your house. They're a little awkward still. They're still, like, this is kind of, Amazon now is a relatively new thing. There's also something called Amazon Fresh. Because I got 3 heads of freaking romaine lettuce that were fresh as damn hell. So I don't see how Amazon Fresh is going to be fresher. I don't. But regardless, it was a neat service. I like living in the 21st century. I'm very much a creature of this age, in that I like being able to do shit like that. I mean, imagine you're me, and you're kind of reliant on, like, forever I was reliant on the fact that I could, at any point, just walk to the grocery store. I'd always lived, for most of my life, within 4 or 5 blocks of a grocery store. Worst case scenario, I had to bring an umbrella or something. Or maybe even make 2 trips. Like, this is a lot of stuff. I needed a lot of stuff at this time. Now there's no grocery store nearby. The grocery store near here closed. The grocery store where I grew up closed. So having, like, that sort of peace of mind now, where it's like, if I ever need something, I'll just have it sent to the house. Yeah, it'll cost, so I'm not going to do it on a whim. Maybe I will, actually. I'm funny that way. I mean, I believe myself to be somewhat frugal, but I might actually just, fuck it, I really want, like, a lot of cream cheese, for whatever reason. Or something stupid. Because I know me, and I'm a lunatic when it comes to buying food. Anyway. It's hella early. That's all I wanted to say. I was like, it was this weird thing that happened last night. It was a neat thing I wanted to comment on. Not specifically to plug Amazon Prime. That was a neat service, but from what I understand, there's actually other ways to do that too. I just like that we live in this age where you can do that. Where, I have always had a very good experience with Uber. I understand some people have had very bad experiences with ride services like that, Uber, Lyft, the others. Generally, I found them to be amazing. Like, they're not just, wow, that's handy, and I don't mind the price because I use it so seldom. And the price isn't bad. But I've actually had really good conversations with people on Uber. I had this short story, because I have to tell it because it's a cool little story. For example, and using this as an example, like, some people hate Uber, you don't. Why? Here's why. One, it's handy. It's been handy. I've never had a bad experience. I've never had, oh God, get me out of this car. I've never had that happen. 2, at one point I went to, backstory briefly, I'm in Cincinnati. There are, I think I counted them, there's like 5 or 6 Oktoberfests. It's crazy. Anyway, I went to one of them, the Germania Society Oktoberfest, which is the first one, which is the one that's coming up this year, now that I think about it. So this was like last year, I guess, this happened. And went to the Germania Fest with my friend Stacy. And there was this one booth that had, there were lots of booths, one in particular had this Bierwurst that was fucking amazing. It was just so good. I was like, I ate it till I could eat no more. And when I went to the Comic-Con / Oktoberfest downtown weeks later, Comic-Con and Oktoberfest are usually the same weekend. They're not this year, but they were last year. So it's a nice thing where there's both those things happening at the same time. Went down to it, couldn't find the same booth. I was like, I was hunting for that guy and his awesome Bierwurst. I was after his Wurst. I wanted the best of the Wurst, and I couldn't find it because it wasn't there. And I didn't know that. But I was getting a ride home. I got an Uber, getting a ride home, and the guy's just trying to make conversation. Like, hey, how'd it go? That was Oktoberfest. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. But there's this one thing. I went to a Germania Fest, the Germania Oktoberfest, and he goes, yeah, the Bierwurst. And I'm like, yeah. yeah, there's this Bureauverse, and I couldn't find it on downtown. He goes, yeah, it's not there. I'm like, okay. He goes, yeah, I know, it's really amazing. I helped make it. I was like, what? So yeah, the guy who apparently there's this one guy who makes it in his home, makes the awesome Beerwurst. The guy who helped him make it was my Uber car driver. What a cool little story, you know. There's a nice positive experience. Uh, Uber's generally like that, having cool conversations with the drivers, or we just go wherever we need to go in peace. It's always been pretty good. Um, that's my take on the modern economy. I think there's. I know Clinton was disparaging it. I can't imagine Trump was savvy enough to even be aware of it. But so politicians seems to be really down on this microeconomy. Like, no, you should have normal jobs, quote unquote normal jobs. And I'm like, no, this is pretty cool. Like, I mean, I don't know how well these people are doing. I understand it doesn't pay super well, but it's not horrible. It'd be tough to support yourself on just this unless you have like two jobs. Like you're delivering groceries sometimes and you're doing Uber driving the rest of the time. And there's a measure of luck there. Anyway, my point is, I just like the new economy. I like services like these. This is amazing. The fact that I could, if I absolutely need to, I can go anywhere, even though I don't have a car. Uh, Even though I don't have a car, I can have groceries delivered to my house, which might even be kind of a hassle, even if I did have a car, because all by myself, hauling a bunch of groceries is kind of a pain. And picking shit out and getting stuff. I mean, the Amazon now, I'm not positive, but I can't find any hours on it. As near as I can tell, you can just whenever you want to get damn groceries. It's 4 in the morning. Boy, I'd really like some ice cream at 4 in the morning. Amazon Prime, give me some groceries. Give me some ice cream and pretzels. Whatever the hell I want. That's pretty neat. So it's just a weird thing that happened. I had to comment on it because it was kind of cool. If you haven't, check out Amazon Prime or a similar service through your local grocery store because that shit's awesome. Not having to go someplace like you can have dinner. You can you can get all your dinner fixins while you're in your underpants. And it's a little treat for the guy delivering it too. So hey, everyone wins. All right, that's it on that one.